For as long as I can remember, I've been a fan of SpongeBob. I've had plushes, I've had DVD, I've even had that snow cone maker. Essentially, if it was SpongeBob related, I'd have it. One of my favorite games growing up was SpongeBob SquarePants. Super Sponge for PlayStation. The game all around was phenomenal. The music, the gameplay, and just everything about it was an amazing representation of what a game based on the show should be. Unfortunately, I ended up losing the disc to the game, so I was never able to finish it. Fast forward roughly 17 years, and now I have my own house. It's everything I could have asked for. It's not huge, but it's big enough to suit my needs. As I was unpacking my boxes, I rediscovered my PlayStation. I was ecstatic, to say the least. All of my childhood games were there. Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, and Super Sponge. I don't know how the game ended up here because, for all I knew, it was back at my mom's house hiding under a cabinet and collecting dust. Whatever the reason for its return, I decided to hook up my PlayStation and pop in Super Sponge. For old time's sake, I was having a blast. The game had held up to today's standards and was still a fun play, which surprises me because a lot of games around this period were usually hit or miss. Everything I remembered from the game was here. It was truly like I was back in my childhood. During the sub-shark fight, I had gotten yet another game over. I'm not particularly great at this game, so I wasn't surprised by it happening. What I was surprised by, however, was the game over screen. It was usual at first, Patrick standing alone at SpongeBob's house, simply talking about how nobody loved him and that nobody came to his birthday. I was all out of continues, so I didn't have a choice but to sit there and wait for the timer to run out. When the timer inevitably hit 0, Patrick said something I would have never expected to come from him. "Goodbye, cruel world, you never even appreciated me to begin with," Patrick said in a monotone voice. I was instantly put off by this as I had never heard this line before, and it was out of character for the usual upbeat, dim-witted starfish. Patrick pulled out a Glock from what I assumed to be a pocket in his shorts, and then the screen went black. All I heard was a compressed gunshot. The game over jingle played, and I was redirected back to the main menu. This game over sequence has stuck with me for a while, and only now have I felt the need to get this story off my chest. I decompiled the game and put every piece of this disturbing game over into a singular photo recreation, which will be attached to this page. I don't exactly expect anyone to end up seeing this, but if you do come across this page, please tell me if you have any answers as to how this could have happened.